Yo, 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 welcome back to the No Cut Sports Podcast with your host, Niall Frazier. And today we're going to be talking about a few things. As you know, it's Victory Monday. We'll talk about Jalen Hurts potentially being MVP after last night's performance. We'll also talk about the defense, bend don't break, our offensive woes, and some other things. I don't want to give it all away in the beginning, but if you could, I'm going to start saying this in the beginning of these videos. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe to always catch this vibe, man. I got about 71 subscribers at this moment in time. By the end of the year, I'm not going to lie, I really do want to get to 100 subscribers. That'll be great for me. So if you could just do that for me, I'd appreciate that. And I'll keep bringing you the best information that I can, in my opinion, on it. So with that being said, let's roll right into it. As y'all know, the Eagles defeated the Bills last night. 37-34 was the score, if I'm not mistaken. I will say, man, and don't get me wrong, I'm excited that we won. How can you not be excited? 10-1. But I feel what Jalen Hurts feels. Like, I could sit up here and that's cool and all, bro, but the job is not done. The job is not finished. But I do like that we're sticking to the standard of winning. Finding any means necessary to try to win these games against these different teams. As many have said before, this is potentially or supposed to be the gauntlet for us during our season, playing some elite teams, I would say, or somewhat elite teams. Yeah, man. So getting more into that. As y'all know, we went to the Super Bowl last year, ended up losing. But with that being said, we end up getting one of the toughest schedules in the league. And for it to be so tough, man, I look at it like this. And people have been making excuses. They're trying to say that the refs are helping us with the game and things like that. Or this team ain't like that. Or we beat this team by this many. Y'all didn't beat this team by this. And I just want to say, I just want to say, man, like my man Nas always say, man, if you win by 1, if you win by 30, did you get the W? Simple and plain, man. That's all that need to be said. Because, like, coming off the bye, right? We're going to get the Chiefs now. Now, we handled the Dolphins a couple weeks ago, and they even still didn't want to give us the credit. Then we go in there last week and beat the Chiefs. Yeah, maybe if Valdes-Scantling, whatever my man name is, maybe if he make that catch, then maybe it's a different game, but it didn't happen. We ain't going to sit here and make assumptions. Like, I could sit here and make an assumption about the Super Bowl last year, but I'm not going to do that. It's a whole new year, a whole new playing field. Different things are going on or have occurred since then. There's no need to even go back to that. So my whole point is this. When people sit there and don't want to give the Eagles their credit for doing what they've been doing consecutively, they have been number 1 consecutively for the last 30 weeks. The last 30 weeks, bro. Like, come on. You can't sit there and say this is by luck or that the refs are helping them. It's no way you can sit there and say that, bro. It's crazy. I'm getting off topic already, but it's crazy to me. And do we look for the respect? No, because we know y'all not gonna give it to us, man. I scroll through the social media, the Instagrams and stuff like that, and I see what these teams be saying, but it's like, bro, look at y'all record, y'all suck. Let's keep it a bean, y'all suck. Y'all ain't even good enough to carry our kicker shoes. Shout out to Jake Elliott last night, man, because I'm trying to tell you, with them conditions, bro, it's hard to make a kick like that, man, for real. Like, if you know how stuff be working, the elements play into sports and stuff like that, it's hard to make a kick even from that distance. Even if the elements were all good, it's still hard to make a kick, and not a lot of kickers in the league can make that kick. Justin Tucker, I watched the game after the Eagles. I watched Baltimore, and he missed the kick. You know what I mean? That's how I kind of ended up winning my fantasy. Shout out to you, Justin Tucker. Ended up winning my fantasy off his missed kicks. So it's like it's a possibility that anything can go wrong. But, like, the way that this team's playing, it's incredible, man. I don't understand it. I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. I don't get why we play the way that we do. I feel like a lot of this stuff is self-imposed because it's clearly a difference between the first half and the second half. And these last, I ain't even gonna say these last couple of games. If you're asking me, it's been a clear difference from first half and second half, night and day. Now, if Brian Johnson, I'm talking about the offense right now. If Brian Johnson, right, is making these adjustments himself, I mean, he's probably getting some type of input. Of course, I'm not going to sit there and say it's all on him, but he is pretty much the determining factor for how the offense is going to be implemented during the game. So, with that being said, how is it that we can go into the game, and this has been the last few weeks, We go into the game so flat, and it's like now, and it's no excuse now for the simple fact that what is this? We're going into week 13, week 12, whatever week we're going into. It's too much of a sample size at this point to know that you should be putting DeAndre Swift in over Kenneth Gainwell. And I know I said I wasn't going to bring this back up, but it's like you seen the clear difference of when they put Swift in and they put Gainwell in. Gainwell started the game off, and don't get me wrong, he had like a play or two here, but the way I don't know what it is, but the way the DeAndre Swift gets in there and he is so shifty, how he make his cuts and stuff like that, it like does something to the offense, man. It ignites the offense because as soon as they do that, they get the ball moving. So from the first half of Jalen Hurts only having one touchdown, and then he throw 3-4 touchdowns in the second half is crazy to me, because I feel like we could be playing like that the whole game. Now, like I said before, they might not want to expose too much of the playbook. You want to keep some of your good stuff for the playoffs and probably for the Super Bowl, because we seen it in the Super Bowl how Andy got us twice. I can keep saying that, but you want to keep something for a surprise, because you just don't never know what you're gonna run into. So far, so good. We've been winning the games, but the way we've been winning has been so ugly. Still sticking with the offense. I'm glad we got Ngata. We got Ngata involved yesterday for that touchdown. I'm glad I took Devontae Smith anytime scoring touchdown yesterday, because I felt like AJ Brown is probably going to draw more attention just because of the simple fact that, and don't get me wrong, no disrespect to Devontae Smith, but AJ's been having his run with the yards and stuff like that, with the record and things like that. So you're going to treat him as the wide receiver one, of course. Understandable. You could treat either one of them as wide receiver one, but the one that's been doing the most damage as of recent has been AJ Brown. So they doubled AJ Brown yesterday, and I'm thinking this, and that's what I was thinking before the game. I'm like, well, this might be opportunity for Smitty to do what he do, and he did what he needed to do yesterday. So it was some sloppy plays too, offensively. Running the RPO scheme with that one play with running the RPO scheme with Kenneth Gainwell. Okay. The handoff between him and Jalen Hurts, and then them fumbling the ball with the turnover in the first half, I feel like that comes from him not playing enough. Usually that is a DeAndre Swift type, you want to run that play with DeAndre Swift. Not to say you can't run the play with Kenneth Gainwell, but it's a clear difference. It's a clear difference in skill between those two running backs. We don't see Penny enough. I would like to see Penny to be the running back too, because it's like, what are you waiting for? And then we get this situation with Shaq Barrett, not Shaq Barrett, Lord have mercy, Shaquille Leonard, or Darius Leonard, however you say his name, where we need a spot on the team, so we let go of his last name. I can't think of his first name, Barrett, whatever my man that we just let go. I can't even think of my man's name. Don't even matter. But you run into situations like that. Like, are you going to implement into the Penny into the offense at all? And it's like, I feel like they have to tell Brian what to do second half, because it's like, why didn't you do all this? Like, bro, when the second half started, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know what to expect, but I was expecting adjustments. I'm not going to lie, because they've been doing it. I was expecting adjustments on the offensive end, and Brian made the offensive changes. I'm guessing he's the one that's making the calls, but he made the changes, and I'm just like, why can't we do this in the first half? Yeah, you don't want to give it up, and I ain't gonna lie, they held. I'm not gonna lie, the Eagles, the defensive portion of the ball held the Bills, because you got to think, it was only 7-17 going into the half, or 10-7, something like that. It was something like that. I can't remember going into the half, but I know they were probably up like 10, right? So it was about 17-7 if I'm not mistaken. So that happened last week as well, and it's like they made the offensive adjustments last week as well. So. But I feel like we are self-imposing this play style on ourselves when we could be ahead of these teams. Because I guess they don't want to give it all up, that they don't want to show too much. I understand that, but I still feel like when you get to see that second half and how Jalen Hurts played, and that offensive played well, the offensive played well too. It's like what's going on? Like, what's wrong with these play calls? You're still running these dumb screens, and I'm not gonna say the screen's dumb, but how he implements the screen into the offensive scheme is like, bro, we should not be doing this on 3rd and 14. It's like, Why? And then they showed a picture of Jay. I might throw it up here, but they show a picture of Jalen Hurts. And Brian telling Jalen Hurts to play, you can see Jalen's face because he's probably sick and tired of it. And then it gets to the point where it's like, all right, man, you have to. I feel like you're putting your quarterback more at risk of something happening because he has to be out there. Not to say that you want to get him up, run the score up and take him out in the fourth quarter, whatever the case may be. Do I think they should start doing that if they can? Of course. I don't know if they do that against the 49ers this coming week. I think that's going to be like I'm going to get more into that too, but I think that's going to be more of a, like a game like we just had, like against the Bills. If they can close them out like they did the Chiefs in the second half, or the Dolphins or anything like that, I'd love to see that because they've been talking crazy as well. So this is going to be their opportunity to, get their lick back if they can. So we'll see how that goes. But staying on topic, I just feel like, the offense, the play calling is still weird. But at the same time, it's like second half I don't get it. So it is what it is at this moment in time. But I feel like playing against the 49ers, it can't be this type of play calling next week. All due respect. But it still gives me faith in Brian Johnson because it's like if that's him making these play calls, then it has to be for a reason, man. It has to be for a reason. I don't know what the reasoning is, but I wish I could tell you, but I can't. Like I said, I'm not in there. I can just speculate like what the rest of these people do. But yeah, man, the offense is still a little shaky and stuff like that. But I do see potential in the offense from the second half, or a lot of these second half games that they've been playing. And it's just sometimes the luck of the draw. Sometimes too, like it get like that sometimes. But moving on, the defensive side of the ball, I'm gonna have to give it up to Sean Desai once again, man. Because now, like I said, we got a big enough sample size and know what to expect. You got to expect that these quarterbacks are going to come out here, throw about 200-300, close to 400 yards if they can on our defense. We are expecting that. And if you know anything about any sport, man, any defense, especially like zone, it has their strengths and their weaknesses. So far, so good. It's been bending. It ain't been breaking. We've been allowing a lot. I think we just fell to the 20th in passing in defense or something like that, if I'm not mistaken, which is terrible. It's getting to be terrible because it's like 31, 32 teams, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, man, it's getting to be pretty bad. But I really do feel like when it comes to playing, like a lot of good teams play down to their talent of the opponent. And I feel like the Eagles have been stepping up every time they've been playing these elite teams, starting off with the Dolphins. I guess you can even say the Cowboys if you want to too, because that was down to the wire. But it just further proves why there's a difference in quarterback play in teams too, because everybody's talking about Jalen Hurts, and I understand that he won the game for us yesterday, but it's a team effort, bro. If Jake Elliott does not make that kick, we don't even get overtime. You don't even get to see Jalen Hurts do what he does, or any of the rest of this team. The O-line, bro, I think that was Kelsey that had that block for Hurts to get by on that last play of the game. And it's crazy when people say that. He played on a loaded team on both sides of the ball. You need a good team to win. Michael Jordan didn't win by himself. He had Scotty out there and whoever else, Grant Hill and not Grant Hill, excuse me, Horace Grant and all that. You might not consider them good players, but at the time, and in the position that they played, they was decent players in their time. So it's like, yeah, Michael Jordan get all the shine, just like Jalen get all the shine, but it's different things that happen in that game. The pick from Bradbury, you know what I'm saying? You get the ball back, you get the like I said, you get the kick. You know what I'm saying? Your offensive players or your offensive line making creating the holes or making the key blocks, so these players can, gain the yardage that we need. So it's a lot of things that go into it, man. And then you lose players on both sides of the ball. We lost Cunningham, if I'm not mistaken, with a hamstring injury, which furthermore is going to, I guess, is going to push the Eagles in trying to go get Shaq Leonard. Is it Shaq Leonard? Darius Leonard, whatever, however you say my man's name. I feel like now it's really going to be not this year report, so it's definitely going to be at the top of their priority list to go out there and go get another linebacker. And somebody of his caliber, yeah, he is coming off of injuries and stuff like that, but I feel like in this defense he can still work. So I've been seeing the comparisons. I kind of got off the defense, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, but I've been seeing some things. Like I seen the sports book and they got us losing. They got us losing at home next week. It's like about 2.5 or something like that, like 3 points, I guess it is. Which I guess they expect it to be a close game, and then I guess they expect Lane Johnson not to be out there. But my man did all right yesterday for filling in for Lane, so I can't sit there and be too upset. I would like to have Lane back because I know what he's really capable of. You're playing Bosa next week. They got Trent next week. They went out there and got Young, so their line. You still got Fred Warner out there and all that good stuff. But they are another team that because DeMeco Ryans left and went to the Texans. Y'all see what he's doing with the Texans. Now, I'm not sitting there saying that the 49ers defense ain't good. They got the pieces, but let's not get it twisted, man. They got a new OC too, and they're and I know I said I was going to wait till later to talk about this, but we can talk about it now. Their OC, they're not OC, but they got Kyle Shanahan. I think he still makes the play calls if I'm not mistaken. But they are a beatable team. Yeah, they got a lot of talent, just like we do. And you can sit there and say that they're a better team. I guess you can say that, whatever the case may be. But my thing is this: Brock Purdy is, yes, he's done what he's done, and I have to give him his respect. But do not think he ain't got an inkling in his mind about what happened to him last year around this time. You feel me? Maybe not around this time. It was a little later in the season, I think, if I'm not mistaken. But that he don't got that he don't got number 7. And then you got number 3 now, Nolan Smith, and then Sweat. Then you got Jalen Carter, and Jordan Davis is even playing better. Especially yesterday, him stopping the run. But he stopped the run like 3 or 4 times, like, you know what I'm saying, consecutively. So it's like if the 49ers come out there and they play how they play, I understand, they're going to get what they got to get off. But I still think the Eagles are a better constructed team. You feel what I'm saying? So we'll see how it go. But if everything ain't like, that's what I'm saying. If everything's not perfect for Brock Purdy, then it becomes the problem because we've seen him lose without his key pieces. Jalen Hurts ain't had Lane. They had us losing yesterday. They thought we was going to lose because usually when Lane don't play, we was going to lose. Even my man, shout out to Mookie, but Mookie said the same thing. He was like, y'all ain't have Lane playing. I'm like, bro, but you gotta understand it's the next man up. Like, that's how I be thinking. Like, when Jalen went down and Minshew was up, I'm still going to root for Minshew because it was just like, it's still the team and we still got good pieces. It may not be as good as the piece that we just lost, but, we still got good pieces and decent talent around the team. Did it pan out the way we wanted to? I mean, we made it to the Super Bowl, but, he didn't end up winning any of the games that he played in. Minshew did, so things happen like that, but you just got to be ready to, adjust and continue on a good fight. That's all you really can do, so what else did I want to say? But yeah, man. All in all, man, it was a good win, man. But I also want to talk about Josh Allen. So as y'all know, man, I'm not the biggest Josh Allen fan. This is no disrespect to him, but I'm not a Josh Allen fan because, it just showed why yesterday because they like the game's not won in the first half. The game is won in the second half. Okay, so maybe that's why. All due respect, maybe that's why the Eagles play the way that they do because you got to think the team is more. When is a team more liable to give up more points? Usually in the second half, for the simple fact that they're winded. You've been playing the first 2 quarters. You know what I'm saying? Giving it your all, this, that, and the third, trying to stop this team from scoring, and then vice versa, whatever the case may be. And both defenses were winded in the second half, but. In the first half, I'm seeing Josh Allen, don't get me wrong, it's part of the game. He scores, he's celebrating in the end zone, stuff like that. I see Stephon Diggs doing you know what I'm saying? Only certified Bird fans can do that anyway. But my thing is this. For them to be coming in there, and they played really well. Do not get me wrong, but for them to come in there like how they did, you know what I'm saying, sitting there making it seem like, don't get me wrong, Josh Allen's they're a decent team, but they have not been proving it. None of these teams got the right to even sit here, maybe the Kansas City Chiefs out of all these teams, but to even remotely do anything close to disrespect the Eagles, especially when you have a Josh Allen that because I watched the ESPNs and the first takes in the FS1s and whoever else is on there, and I hear them talk about Josh Allen every year about him being a top tier quarterback. Did he put up numbers yesterday? Yes, he did. But my thing is this: when it came to crunch time, what quarterback showed what they really could do? Huh? Just take these last 2 weeks. What quarterback showed what they really could do? Jalen Hurts. But they never put Jalen Hurts up there. What's it called? Josh Allen's never even seen the Super Bowl, bro. He can't even win in overtime, but y'all expect him to go to the playoffs and do something there too? Y'all be killing me, man. Y'all be in these comments, y'all be saying here because y'all be butthurt and upset about somebody keeping it real with y'all team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't sit there and just be sitting any old thing out your mouth and then like a Dallas fan, right? Shout out to DeRon Bland, he doing his thing. But I follow one of the Savage Philly Sports on Facebook. Shout out to them. And they had put up a post saying that, shout out to DeRon Bland's, record, but here, in honor of his record, he's getting burnt by Smitty. And then the Cowboys fan gonna comment on there. And all I said was facts to the post. A Cowboy fan gonna comment onto the post talking about, it's not facts. With this long, drawn-out explanation, the fact that you got ready to draw a long, drawn-out explanation furthermore proves my point. Then you didn't even read what the caption said, because my thing is I was replying to the caption, not even to what you was, what you think in your mind. I don't care what you think. I already know you a Cowboys fan, so it ain't gonna be too much more talking after that. All due respect, I'm not gonna argue with y'all, not anybody, because y'all don't make facts. Y'all just come up with these emotional, and then y'all move the goalposts. Y'all love to do that. Well, y'all went to the Super Bowl last year, but y'all didn't win. Okay, when the last time y'all sniffed a Super Bowl? Let alone a playoff, bro. Come on, man. Y'all gotta stop this, man. Stop the nonsense. Just take your L, hold on, and go from there. Like, y'all didn't even beat. That's what I'm saying. Y'all didn't even beat us this year. But we talking the craziest. Man, y'all play us in this next couple of weeks, so we gonna see what y'all gonna get into. But hey, man, like I said, it is what it is. We'll see y'all when we line up. Anyway, let's keep it rolling, man. So it's a lot of people sitting there saying things about holding Josh Allen and his team in high regard, and I sit there and I see the game how unfolded yesterday. He missed Gabe Davis in the end zone, or vice versa, however you want to call however you want to chop it up. But stuff like that cannot happen in the second half. Like, you can throw the interception in the first half, you can make the fumble in the first half and readjust in the second half. But when you start doing stupid stuff in the second half, not stupid, but you do something like that with the game on the line, you miss. Because all honesty, he should have caught that joint. Like, he was open, but miscommunication, and he don't see that, gives the Eagles the ball back. So, and we end up doing what we needed to do. So, like I said, when people sit there and tell me about Josh Allen, yes, he has an arm, but it's also other elements that come into the game, man. Clock management. I don't think they managed the clock well. When I seen that they had a minute and 30 or minute and 20, I saw it was Tom Brady time. And if y'all don't remember, Jalen Hurts was practicing with Tom Brady after, what was that? After when Todd Bowles said what he said that he couldn't read. Was it Todd Bowles that said that from the Buccaneers that Jalen couldn't read defenses? Yeah, and he went to go practice with Tom Brady in the offseason. You don't think he got that Brady mode in him? Like, y'all gotta start putting some respect on this man's name, bro. It might not look the cutest out there. It might not look the flashiest, whatever y'all want to call it, but he get the job done. The team gets the job done. So, but like I said, man, with this defense, I ain't gonna lie, man. Playing the 49ers is gonna be a little test, because they do got some good players on our offense, but like, I really do feel like Sean Desai, especially the second half. I think both coaches' second half adjustments are great. I will say that. It's just like the first half, I feel like they need to make adjustments a little bit quicker because of the talent that we have on both sides of the ball. I don't feel like we should be having to get into these close games with these teams, especially with these, I guess you would classify them as more of a top tier team, I would say, but we've been knocking them down, man. So, like, the gauntlet, I guess we are the gauntlet, for at least for now. So, but it would be nice to get the 49ers one. I mean, I really don't care, man. I just want to get to the playoffs. That's the biggest thing. And I got into a discussion with my man yesterday, and he was sitting there talking about, because I keep talking about a standard, and that's the problem, bro. Like, you gotta have a standard. Do you always meet the standard? No, but you have to carry it around. It's like, what are your morals? What are your, you know what I mean? Like, what do you stand for? You got to have something to so you can know what to, you know, how to live your life, what to attain and stuff like that. So I think with the Eagles, it's becoming more like how Tom Brady was with the Patriots. They're building a winning culture over there, and they know that players would like to win, or most players would like to win. Of course, get paid too, but that makes it good for us, because in the future, if you know, as long as Jalen Hurts is the quarterback and they got that mentality, you start to get, you know, like some players might not want to take, you know, as much money, and they might want to come to the Eagles because they know they got an opportunity to win. It's just like Golden State. People, all due respect, shout out to Kevin Durant, but when Kevin Durant went to Golden State, he knew what he's getting himself into. I want a ring. You feel what I'm saying? So we're like one of the few teams that operate like that. I would say the 49ers operate like that as well. I guess you kind of say the Patriots kind of did when they were having their runs, but yeah, we make the moves, the necessary moves and adjustments to try and make sure each year that we give ourselves the opportunity to get to the playoffs. So yeah, man. So with that being said, I'm trying to make sure I don't forget nothing from yesterday. Yeah, man. Shout out to Bird Gang, man. For real. I know this ran pretty long, but I'm just, like I said, I'm excited. But it probably don't look like it. But business is not finished yet, man. Like, until like we secured a playoff spot too as well. So shout out to the Eagles for doing that. But the job's not finished. This is gonna be the next chapter. We got to get to the playoffs, get through the playoffs, and hopefully get back to the big game. And I feel like, I ain't gonna lie, man, I feel like if we do get back to the Super Bowl, I really don't see a team, bro, like AFC wise, like maybe the Chiefs since they played us already, but like even Baltimore, I'm looking at them last night and I'm like, I know the Eagles can beat them, bro. I know the Eagles can beat them. So if we stay healthy, stay on our A game, stuff like that, I really do think this could be our year this year, y'all. All due respect. And I got that's what it was. Y'all remember the kick against the Giants? Super Bowl, that last in 2017, the Super Bowl season, when Jake Elliott made that kick during the Giants game at home. I knew right then and there. I said, bro, this team is built. This team is built to fight, bro. And I'm getting the same vibe from yesterday. Even when he made the kick, I'm like, bro, this team is built to fight. This team is built to win. I don't know what, it might not look like I said, like how we want it to, but the team is built to win. And like I said, I'm gonna ride out with them as long as I can, man, because the defense do scare me. I ain't gonna lie. I had about 4 or 5 heart attacks yesterday. I ain't gonna lie to you. I had some tears roll out my eyes. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So yeah, man, because it's just like I said, man. First half, I'm sitting there watching this BS, and you just like, bro, what is going on? And then second half, they just be like, no, we got y'all. Don't worry. We was just playing y'all. You know what I'm saying? Don't worry. We gonna win. So, yeah, man. But like I said, hopefully this don't come later on in the season and bite us on our butt. Like I said, if we got to take another loss, I mean, we take another loss, man. But my thing is this. I want to have the number 1 spot in the playoffs. I want home field advantage, because it's hard to win in Philadelphia. As y'all seen yesterday, it's hard to win in Philly. So, like, we'll see. I don't know if I should talk. I already talked a little bit about the 49ers and stuff like that. But even with them, man. Hassan Reddick, too. He came out today as well. He told him, line that shit up, man. Excuse my French, but line it up. Line it up. Because it was a lot of talking last off season. A lot of talking, man. For a team that did not win. And I understand, but that was self-imposed, because you should not. You sent what they said. They sent somebody to block for Brock. Hassan got right through that. What is wrong with you? Like, what, a tight end or something like that? Like, what is wrong with you? To block Hassan? You crazy. Now they got a twin on the other side too. If they play him, because Barnett's not. That's what I was thinking of. Barnett's not here no more, so they could possibly play them on both sides, but he probably play Sweat. You know what I mean? So our D-line's scary, man. So if we can stay healthy, hopefully we get Fletcher Cox back. Lane, and I ain't gonna lie, man, I thought Lane might have been just, the groin injury might have been just so he can because he got to go against Nick Bosa next week, and he needed extra. You know what I mean? He gonna need that extra rest because Nick Bosa's still a monster. So, is it Nick? That's the one that's on the 49. One of the Bosa brothers I know on that squad. So, like I said, the 49ers got they got a good defense. They got a good offense as well. Good coaching. But like I said, they also got they also got a new defensive coordinator as well. They've been holding up so far, but they do got 3 losses. So I feel like this is a must-win game for them as well, man. Because with all the talk and how they even them too, like they put Brock Purdy up on some type of pedestal now. So and that's all good and dandy. I mean, he be doing what he be doing out there. So, but you gotta come here, man. You gotta come see Big Bird Gang. So once again, you gotta come see Big Bird Gang. So I'm hoping, man, we go out there and we show exactly what we are made of. I really do hope this is the game where we go out there and be like, we really out here standing on business. We out here standing on business. Y'all was talking all that talk, and we came out here and we stood on business. I hope nobody get hurt, nothing like that. You know, that's part of the game. Somebody do get hurt. I don't never wish no injuries on no players. But I want them to go out there. I want them to go out there and just catch bodies all game. All due respect, I want them to go out there and just catch bodies because just the way they've been talking. I'm just, and when I say catch bodies, I mean just, when you see him, make sure he feel it. That's all I'm gonna say. When you touch him, make sure he feel it. That's all I'm gonna say. So with that being said, it's now from the No Cut Sports Podcast. Eagles is 10-1. What more can I say? What more you want Jalen Hurts to say? Because it's not too much more he can say. You feel what I'm saying? So, with that being said, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I'd greatly appreciate it. It's now from the No Cut Sports Podcast. I'm going to holler at y'all.